Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening to all. In our previous session, we have seen lookup transformation, connected and unconnected lookup. In our today's session, we'll start with the next topic is called lookup policy on multiple matches. So what is this option, right? For example, if I take this is the source table. Okay, so this is the source table. This is our source table and this is our lookup table. Okay, so lookup. Source table for one of the column value, I'm getting some column value 20. In lookup table, we have values. For example, I will take these values in lookup. So we have some values here. Same department ID. I will take it here. So this one, we will take it like a department underscore ID. Okay. This is like a department underscore ID, one column value. So any IDs we can take. So department ID. Same here also we have the department ID. DPT underscore ID. So we have to match it here in the lookup table. So we have 10 department 10. It's nothing but HR department. Department 20. It's nothing but some admin department. Okay. Department 30. Finance department. Department 40. So we have some purchasing department or sales department. So we have some departments are it. So these are the departments. So if we have this way, so if we have the department ID is coming from the source and it will find the matches here, right? It will find the match. So 20 and 20 will get matched and then this admin will be returned. So for this, we will get return port is this admin. So in some cases, if I have duplicate value in the lookup, okay, if we have duplicate value in the lookup, for example, here, due to some reasons, we have the duplicate value. Yes, it may be the real scenario also. We may have some duplicate value. Same 20 department ID 20, we have some other departments. Purchasing department, okay. So I will take it in this way. Purchasing department, we have 20. So now Informatica will go and search. Okay, so 20 and 20. So now Informatica is finding multiple matches. Am I correct? So this one, we will get two matches now. So this is called multiple matches. So if Informatica found this multiple matches, then what could be the return value? So in order to take, we have 5 different options. So what are those options? In IICS or Informatica Power Center, this is the options. So first one, it will have return first row. Okay, so whenever it is finding matches, so it will make ascending order. Okay, alphabetic order. Then based on that, it will return per first row. So out of these two, so 20 admin, 20 purchasing. So it will return admin as the first row because A is the alphabetic order, ascending order. So if we select multiple matches, so we have one options here, lookup policy. Okay, multiple matches. So this way we'll have return first row. Second option is return last row. So in this case, it will make ascending order. Last row is purchasing. So it will return purchasing. So one more option, by default, we'll have one option, return any row. So anyone, it may return admin or it may return purchasing. So any row, this is nothing but default option. Okay, this is the default option in Informatica Power Center also. We'll have this option, return any row. Or, so we have one more option is called report error. So report error. So report error means the task will fail. Okay, it will fail. It will automatically fail, and then we'll get error message. So this is nothing but these are the four options we have. So this is nothing but lookup policy. So we'll call it as lookup policy multiple matches. So we have here in Informatica IICS, we have multiple matches. So this way. So if we get multiple matches, which one we have to consider? So this is what we have to. So take it. If I get multiple matches, which one I have to return? Okay, one more options will be there. So because of this option only, lookup transformation is called it as active transformation. So what is this what is this option? Return all rows. Okay, return all rows. It is nothing but, so whenever multiple matches found, so it has to return all the rows. Because of this property only, lookup transformation is called active. So why it is active? So because, for example, here department ID 20 is coming, so it will take 20 admin. So one record. So 20 admin. Same 20 will get one more record, 20 purchasing. So this one. So because of these two records, for one record from the source, we will get two records as output. Okay, so two record as output. So because of this reason only, so lookup transformation is called active transformation. Okay, sometimes in interview they will ask whether lookup is active or passive. So you can answer them. Okay, so we have one property called lookup policy multiple matches. So if we get any multiple matches in the lookup table, so based on the property what we are selecting, so it will be active or passive. So return all rows is nothing but active. So other options are passive. So because it will return the same number of records. So whatever we are getting, so same number of record get, so because it's a left outer join, right? So but here we will get more number of records. Because of this property, lookup is called active transformation. We will see this one in by using some practical example where we'll have it. So it is because of some real-time scenario. For example, okay, so if it is matches, we have to get both values. It matches, we have to report the error. So we should not get any duplicate value on the lookup table. So based on the scenario requirement, we have to choose the options. Okay, some requirement will get this option, some requirement they will ask us to select this option. For some reasons, yes, we'll get this one only. By default option is this one. So for this one, we will take one example. I'll go to this source file directory. I will take this particular file or this file, department as flat file. So here we are going to look up this file. Okay, flat files we are going to look up. So I will open this. This is a CSV file. I'm just opening in Excel and see here. So this is the value we have. Department ID, department name, manager ID, location ID. So we have here. So here 30 purchasing, same value here we have 30 banking. So purchasing and banking. So which one is first value? Banking is the first value by alphabetic order, right? Okay, so this one we will take it as a lookup table. Okay, so I will take this one. This is the lookup table. We will log into IICS. I have already started the services. So all the services should be up and running. So now I will open this data integration module. I will create a mapping. We will see this option practically. So by default, most of the scenario, it will be default options. Return any row, but based on the scenario, okay, business use case, we have to select the options. Just I'll go to new. create a mapping. I will create a new mapping here. So just I'm creating m underscore lookup underscore policy. I will take the source. Source, I'm going to take this table, the HR schema. So I will take this particular table, employees table. So employees table. So we have department ID, right? Employees details, and we have the department ID. For each department ID, I have to find out. So what is the department name? So which table I have to load here? The core schema, I have one table, select star from T underscore employees underscore department. So this is the table I have. So by default, initially I will truncate this table, make sure that no data is available in this table. I will truncate. So the table has been truncated now. There is no data. So here up to here I have employees details I have to load. So here we have department name and location. So these two data we have to look up, these two column value, right? Yes. So now I will open this Informatica. I'll go to source, take the source table, Oracle underscore SRC. So I will take the source table as employees table. So take this employees table here, click OK. And go to this target. I'm just taking the target also. Just I'm taking the target connection. I will take the target table. T underscore employees underscore department. Just I have taken the target and I'm just enabling truncate and load. So before loading that, it will truncate and load. So manually we have truncated already. Okay. Okay. So now I will take lookup. So here I'm just taking the lookup transformation. So which one we are looking up? Flat files. Go to lookup object. So open this connection. So flat file connection we have already created. So this is the flat file connection, source file location. Just I will open this and lookup object. So select this lookup object. It's nothing but that CSV file, right? So this is the CSV file. Just I'm selecting this file. Click OK here. So here we have one option, multiple matches, right? So by default, what is the option here? We have return any row. So that is option. This is the default option. Okay, so if multiple matches found, return any row, any one of the row. Either it return banking or it return purchasing. Everything is fine. Since it is a flat file, we will not have any other options here. Okay, SQL queries, so nothing will be there. Okay, so just to go to formatting options, check whether all the formatting is correct. Yes, it is correct. And if you want, you can preview the data. Okay, now go to lookup condition. So we'll make the condition. Here we are getting the conflict. Just we will resolve the conflict. Just to go to the resolve conflict source, we'll make it like, okay, source is coming from employees underscore. Source is employees underscore, right? So click this plus symbol, add lookup field, department ID equal to department ID from employees table. So this is the lookup table field. So this is the incoming table field. So both should be same data type. See here, here it is a decimal, here it is string. Why? So because lookup object, where the lookup object columns will be there, return fields. Go to return fields. Since lookup is flat file, so here all the columns are there at the string. But here it is not matching, right? So string and then decimal, we have to match it. So go to return field. Since it's a flat file, don't remove any column. Edit metadata. So you have to change it. End string. It should be number data type, number of four digit department ID. Department name is string only, 255 character. Manager ID is number, 4 digit. Location ID is number and 4 digit. So we can make 4-digit or 10-digit. So whatever it may be. So this is what. So now we will go to lookup conditions. We will check it whether, okay, so both are decimal. So that's correct. So advanced options. Okay, so there won't be any advanced options here. So we'll leave it. So now we'll go to this target here. We already taken the target table. Go to target field mapping. We will do the field mapping, smart map. So these columns are coming from employees table. For example, here manager ID, department ID, both are coming from departments table. Instead, we can take it from employees table also. So take this employees underscore manager ID, employees underscore department ID. Okay. So here we have department name and location ID. So these two field is coming from the flat file, the lookup table. So now we will save this and we will run it. We will create one task for this. So no need to create task. We can run it without task also, but always create a task. Okay, MCT underscore lookup underscore policy. Lookup policy. So runtime environment, choose this is the runtime environment, whichever the respective runtime environment mapping, select the mapping. Lookup policy, select it. So you'll get mapping here, lookup policy. So go to next. So these are the options. So whatever the options we want, we can select it. Just I'm not selecting any options, just to save this. So I'm going to run now. We will check what is the value we are getting for the department ID 30. So 30, right? Yes. So what is the value I'm getting? Whether I'm getting banking or purchasing. So any row we have selected as any row. So it may select any value. Just I'm running my jobs. Just to refresh it. Starting queued. It will be running. Success. All the 107 records loaded. So here we are getting 107 only. It's a passive, right? So we'll check it now. So what is the value we are getting for department ID 30? We have to check purchasing department. Okay. So that is correct. How many records we got? Now 107. It is not more than 107. Okay. So because of that, this is passive. So now we will go to the options. Go to mapping. So here the lookup, just to open the lookup table, go to lookup object, lookup policy. So now I'm selecting first row. Save this in alphabetic order. So here we have banking and purchasing, right? So it will make catching. So while making the catching, it will make alphabetic order. So banking and purchasing. So which one should be the first one? Banking, right? So we will see whether it is selecting return first row. Sorry, we will run mapping task. I'm just running the mapping task. Go to mapping task, just run it. So we have already truncated and loaded. We have selected truncate and load. It will truncate and load. Starting, queued, running. Then we'll get the status. Success. So now we'll check. It should have truncated and loaded. So now we are getting banking. See here. So banking. How it is taking banking? Based on alphabetic order. It will make banking one. Okay. So purchasing, it will not select. So now I will go to the other options. Return last row. So out of 2, what is last row? Purchasing. It should return purchasing. I'll go to mapping task and I will run it. So it will take purchasing now. So I'll put where class also to show you that. Okay. So where department underscore ID equal to 30. So here I'll show you purchasing. Now it has loaded purchasing. So how many records totally? Same 107 only. See here, purchasing now. So next option is report error. If multiple matches found, report error. Okay, so fail the task. You just fail it. We should not get any multiple matches in the lookup table. Then it should fail. Yes, this is also one of the real-time scenario. So it's based on the requirement. We will mark it in this way. So we have to always check with the business team, business analyst or product owner. So what is the option we have to select? So based on the scenario, we have to choose it. So here we are getting warning. So warning means partial record has been loaded. So why we are getting warning? So because partial record has been loaded to the target. So those 6 records not loaded. Multiple match found in lookup. Okay, so that's the reason we are getting. If you go here, if you check here, we'll get 101 record only. So there won't be any department ID 30. So if I want to fail the entire task, what I have to do? If I have to fail this entire task, I have to go to the advanced session property. So here I have to add the property called stop on error, right? So we have to enable this stop on error. Error handling stop on errors 1. If any one error occurs, we have to stop the execution. So then it will not load partial data, right? So even if it is error, we will not get warning now. It will be errored out. So that's a difference between stop on error and stop on error equal to 0, stop on error equal to 1, right? It's running, it is failed status. So it will not load any data. So we are getting multiple match found. So we are already seen. So what is the difference between the warning and failed, right? Yes. So this is the one options. So if you go and check, there won't be any data. Okay, one more option is there. The next option is called return all rows. Okay, return all rows. Multiple matches found, return all the rows. So if I get 107 record from the source, now we will get 107 plus 6 records. So because for 20, it will match 2 times, right? So 6 records additionally. So 113 record we should get. We'll check to run, just to run it. Starting, running, 113, right? Success. So 107 record incoming, but this lookup, it is increasing the number of record. So 113. So because it found duplicate value. So whenever the joins also, if we get any duplicate, the record count will be increased. So here we are getting 113. So because of this property, lookup is called active. How many records now? 113. So department ID 30, we will check it now. See here. So for each one record in the source, we are getting 2 records in the target. So same 114, we are getting banking 1, purchasing 1, banking 1, purchasing 1. For each record, we are getting 2 records in the output. So because of this property only, lookup transformation is called active. So what is this property is called? Lookup policy multiple matches. I hope you are clear. Kindly practice it. You'll get clear idea. So based on the real-time scenario, the requirement, we have to choose either one of the options. Okay. I got few questions. Is it possible to create two tasks? One is for purchase, another one for banking. No, we cannot create a two task. Okay, so can we use abort function as well? Abort function is the business use case. Okay, so to validate this record, this one we cannot abort it. Report error means because of this property, it will fail. Okay, so mapping level, you need to make it like abort. So that is a business validation condition. So that should be from expression transformation. So this abort logic is nothing but it's a report error. Okay, and lookup policy on multiple match. Yes, I have given one exercise in the exercise lookup exercise. So kindly practice so that as well. Okay. So this is what lookup policy on multiple match. Kindly practice it. You will get clear idea. And sometimes in interview they will ask questions. So I will take lookup catching separately. So one session, separate session for lookup catching and lookup and joiner. So what is the difference? When to use lookup, when to use joiner. So if we are going to join heterogeneous sources, okay, heterogeneous sources in the source level, in the source itself, heterogeneous sources is coming from the source itself, then use joiner. Okay, here joiner. So if you have any heterogeneous sources, okay, midstream of the pipeline, okay, so anywhere in the pipeline, here I have to look up, here I have to join. Yes, you can do lookup here. So look up some value, get some value out of it. So that is lookup. Okay, anywhere in the midstream, if you want to look up, yes, you can go for lookup. So based on the catching, okay, based on the performance, we can choose either lookup or joiner. If joiner we are getting some performance issue, we can go for lookup. If lookup we are getting some performance issue, we can go for joiner. So joiner we have index catching, data catching. Lookup we have static catch, dynamic catch, persistent catch. So all these three options I will explain later, catching options, but there is some difference between lookup and joiner. So joiner we can perform four different options, right? Four different operations. One is left outer, right outer, inner join, then full outer join. That means normal join, master outer, detail outer, full outer. That is what we can perform in joiner. Lookup is always left outer join. So how will you make lookup is inner join? So yes, we have seen already. So we have to filter that null value in the filter transformation after lookup. So joiner, we can perform only equi-join. So equal condition only we can put it in the join condition. But in lookup, we can use equi-join, non-equi-join also. Okay. So based on the scenario, we have to use. So in joiner, maybe we cannot use any SQL override query. Okay, SQL override query, we cannot use it in the joiner. But we can write SQL override query in lookup. Okay, so that we can write. So I will write this SQL override query. We have seen yesterday, we have written some SQL override query, but I will write this SQL override query while taking SED types. So data catch, index catch is available in joiner. So here static, dynamic, persistent catch is available. Okay, joiner is used for joining two homogeneous sources or heterogeneous, mostly like heterogeneous only. But here lookup is to look up the data. Joiner is active, but lookup transformation by default it is passive. So because lookup policy on multiple matches, return all rows, it is active. So joiner is always connected, but lookup both connected as well as unconnected. Okay, conditional based join we can perform in lookup, so that we cannot perform in joiner. Okay, so these are the difference between joiner and lookup. So SQL override, we can write it in source transformation, not in joiner transformation. But lookup itself, we can write SQL query. So that's a difference I mentioned here. Okay. So I will share this document as well. Sometimes if they're asking interview, you can tell them this difference. Okay, these difference.